What a gradient is. A gradient is one of the simplest and most important ideas in the entire universe. A gradient is just a difference between hot and cold, a difference between high and low, a difference between more and less. Whenever there is a difference, something begins to move. Imagine water sitting on top of a hill. The water naturally flows downward because the hill has a slope. That slope is a gradient. Imagine a warm room next to a cold room. Heat will slowly move from the warm room into the cold one. That movement is caused by a temperature gradient. Imagine air in a high-pressure area pushing into a low-pressure area. That push is caused by a pressure gradient. Gradients are not always things you can see with your eyes. Some gradients are made of temperature. Some are made of pressure. Some are made of electricity. Some are made of chemicals inside your own body. And some gradients are made of space itself. No matter the type, a gradient is always the same idea. It is a slope that tells things where to go next. When a gradient exists, the universe does not stay still. Heat moves, air moves, light moves, matter moves, energy flows. Patterns change and grow. Gradients are one of the universe's favorite tools. They make things move in simple, predictable ways. And every time something moves along a gradient, a new pattern can appear. That is why gradients matter. They are the quiet, invisible slopes that help shape everything around us. Gradients everywhere. Now that we understand what a gradient is, let's look at how many kinds there are. You might think gradients only happen in science class, but the truth is this: gradients are everywhere. They are happening all around you, all the time. Let's start with the easiest one. A temperature gradient. When one place is warm and another place is cool, heat will always move from the warmer spot to the cooler spot. This is why a hot drink cools down. This is why ice melts. And this is why the weather changes every day. Next is a pressure gradient. If you have ever felt the wind blow past your face, you have felt a pressure gradient in action. Air always moves from high pressure to low pressure. That simple movement creates breezes, storms, and even giant hurricanes. Now let's talk about gravity. Gravity creates one of the most important gradients in the universe. Mass bends space into slopes. Small objects make small slopes. Large objects make deeper slopes. Planets, stars, and black holes create deep, wide gradients in space-time. These slopes tell everything how to move. They guide the moon around the Earth. They guide the Earth around the sun. And they guide stars as they move through our galaxy. Electric gradients are everywhere too. Every time you turn on a light, plug in a charger, or press a button, electric gradients push charges through a circuit. Without these gradients, electricity would not flow at all. Chemical gradients are the hidden engines of life. Every cell in your body depends on them. Gradients of ions and molecules create tiny flows that power your heartbeat, your breathing, your digestion, and even your thoughts. Your brain works by sending electrical signals along gradients from one neuron to the next. Every thought you have is shaped by these tiny slopes. Even light follows gradients. When light moves from one environment to another, it bends and curves. It always chooses the path that takes the least time. This behavior is guided by the gradients of energy around it. And here is the amazing part. These gradients do not work alone. They interact. A pressure gradient can shape a temperature gradient. A temperature gradient can influence a chemical gradient. A gravity gradient can guide all of them at once. The universe is full of small slopes and large slopes all working together. Gradients are like invisible roads. They tell energy, matter, and information which way to move. And when things move along these invisible roads, new structures form. New patterns appear, and complexity grows. Gradients are not rare. They are everywhere you look. They are the hidden lines that shape the world. Why gradients matter? Now that you know what gradients are, let's answer the big question. Why do gradients matter so much in the universe? The simple answer is this. Gradients give the universe direction. Without gradients, nothing would know which way to move. Heat would not flow. Air would not shift. Light would not bend. Stars would not gather gas. Galaxies would not form shapes. Life would not be able to power itself. And your brain would not be able to think. Gradients are the reason anything in the universe can change. Let's look at what this means. When gas collects into a star, gravity creates a deep slope in space. Gas falls inward along that slope until it becomes so dense and so hot that it starts to shine. That entire process is guided by gradients. When a planet forms, temperature gradients and chemical gradients shape the layers inside it. The crust, the mantle, and the core appear because heat moves from the inside to the outside. That motion creates patterns. When a galaxy spins, it does not spin randomly. Its stars move along the giant gravity gradient made by the galaxy itself and by the invisible halo of dark matter around it. The entire galaxy is shaped by these slopes. And when you think a thought, your neurons send tiny electrical signals from one place to another. Those signals follow electrical gradients. Your mind literally flows along tiny slopes in the cells of your brain. Gradients give every level of the universe the same type of instruction. Start here, move there, follow this path. This is what the PUBG model loves. Gradients are like the universe's guide rails. They give structure a way to grow. They give energy a way to transform. They give patterns a way to build step by step. And here's the surprising part. Gradients do not only guide motion. They also help create persistence, the ability of a pattern to last long enough to matter. A planet forms because gradients move matter into a well. A tree grows because chemical gradients guide water and nutrients upward. A memory lasts because tiny electrical gradients shape the connections between neurons. Every gradient is a small nudge that helps the universe stack one layer of structure on top of another. Without gradients, the universe would be flat. Still, quiet, boring. It would be a calm ocean with no waves, no direction, no patterns. With gradients, the universe has motion. It has shape. It has structure. It has life. It has you. Gradients are the quiet, invisible slopes that guide the entire cosmic story.